and welcome to my channel. My name is Julie Sutcliffe and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK, and I'm going to be sharing with you how to create the gorgeous floral images in the Thankful Garden stamp set. Sorry, I just I'd forgotten one ink pad. So this stamp set is actually an online exclusive, which means that it's not printed in a catalogue anywhere. It's just, you can only see it online. And it's a bundle with a bit of a difference. This is what we used at my recent weekend retreat. And in the bundle, if you go for the full bundle, you get the stamp set, which is shown here at 75% of the size. So the floral stamps are actually a lot bigger than they look on the front. They are gorgeous, so they're a lot bigger. They've got that gorgeous hydrangea. So you get the stamp set, you get the dies in the bundle, and as expected, you do get dies that cut out the main floral images. And then you also get some extras. So this one cuts out one of the extra flowers, and then you get ones that cut out part of the hydrangea. You get ones that cut the leaves out, but you also get some sort of solid die cuts that cut solid leaves out. So they're fabulous, and I've used those lots, which I don't always use with a lot of dies, but I have with those. And then finally, and it's a really exciting part, and it's something that makes colouring these very, very easy. You get a set of the masks. Now, you can purchase these on their own, but really you do need the stamp set to make these look anything. It is a set of 5, but unfortunately, I've lost one of the masks. Now, it's actually been a happy accident because I actually prefer how the leaves ink up without using the masks. I'm just going to move my camera up a little bit higher because I've realised there's not much of my desk showing. Sorry, I'm just laughing to myself because our doggy, she normally sits under my desk, but she's just decided to lay down and curl up at my craft room doorway. I think it's because my husband's just gone out on his bike, so she's going to stay there just in case he comes back. Okay, so the masks, I've lost one, and I'll show you. I just wanted to do a quick video today to show you how to use the masks and how fabulous they are. They can be a little bit daunting if you don't know what you're doing with them. So, yes. Now, I made this project that we did for our weekend retreat, and this is it all tied up. It's a card keeper box, which I originally designed about 12 years ago, and I've had to make up the design again from scratch because I didn't have any instructions. And this is going to be available as a PDF very soon for people to purchase. But if you're in the UK, if you purchase the bundle that I just shared, then I will send you this for free, the PDF. So inside it holds at least, well, you get at least one in each side. So I've got cards and envelopes in here, and I've done 3 at this side with the hydrangea in like a boho blues, and then I've got 3 in the freesia colour with the other flower, and I don't know the name of the other flower. Now, I mentioned that I'd lost a mask, and it's the accent mask from the leaves, which, can you see the dark parts here? And I actually prefer it now without the accent on here, so I've just inked it up, and then I've gone back in and done a bit of an ombre effect, so I hope you can see that. So I actually prefer it like that. So the PDF will show you how to make the box, and there'll be some instructions on for the cards. But the cards are very simple. You shouldn't need too many instructions. What I've done here, and I'm just going to check that this is in shot. Yep, it is. Is I've pre-stamped some of the flowers. I don't think you need to watch me doing the stamping, and I've stamped in basic grey. And I'm going to start by doing the hydrangea, and there's 3 masks for each flower. Now there's a little nick in the right hand side, and you know it's the right way up because there is a little number 1 there. It's very, very hard to see, but it is there, I promise you. And then there's a number 2 and then a 3, but they are very small, so you could draw on them with a Sharpie pen or something. So what we do is we grab number 1, and then you just might have to turn it depending on the angle that you've stamped your image. And washi tape is your best friend here. And what I'm going to do is tape this down. Onto here. And I might do a little bit more here. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing this. I'm using boho blue, which does finish next week, early next week. I believe there are some left, a few left, and it is reduced a little bit. So I'm not going to ink this up because there's already some ink on here. I don't know how much is on there, and there's not much. So I'm just going to go in quite lightly and just rub. And when we started our weekend retreat on the first day of crafting, this is what I got my customers doing. Before they did any measuring, I got them doing simple inking. And so we did this for about an hour, and I sort of showed them how to do it. Now, what you have to be careful of is if you've got other images that you've stamped around like I have, don't go off the edge of the lines, because you'll get a line of inking. So I've only done it a little bit. I've only done it faint there, really, really faint. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that. And there you can see the background. And then we take mask number 2. And again, just twist it a little bit. So put the nick to the right hand side again. And add a bit of washi. And then you might want to go in a little bit heavier on the ink. You don't have to go in too heavy. Now what you need to do is be careful because some of these are very delicate. So one of my ladies was rubbing quite hard and curled the mask a bit. So I'll show you the one that it affects the most. So you can see I've gone in a little bit darker here. Okay, I'm just going to remove that. There we go. So I've just gone in a little bit darker. Now, you could go in with the blueberry bushel here, and I will show you what that looks like. It's going to come out looking a little bit darker like this, okay? So you could do the blueberry bushel. I'm going to stick to the boho blue because I want to show you how you can get away with just using the 1 ink pad, but just being a little bit more intense with your inking. So we're going to go in a bit more. Oh, I've just stuck the same one back on. Okay, you need number 3 now. That wouldn't have worked, would it? This is a bit harder to line up, but you should be able to do it. This is like the accent piece. So what we're going to do is pop it there, grab some tape again. And then we can go in a little bit more intense here. Okay. Wow, look at that. And that's just with 1 ink pad colour. Okay. And then I'm just going to do the leaves to show you that. And it's the same theory. However, as I mentioned earlier, I have lost the accent one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape that down. grab my green ink and I'm going to go in very lightly with the green. And this is garden green. The thing is, you can always add a bit more ink, but you can't really take it away. And we do have some mini brushes, which might be good if you want to do this technique. I'm just trying to look. Oh, here they are. We've got some smaller ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with the smaller one and I'm going to just focus on the stem and the middle part here. And then I'm just going to lighten up a little bit and go to the edge. Okay. So I'm trying to create like an ombre effect. And then moment of truth. How beautiful does that look? Now, I just wanted to show you a different way of doing the hydrangea. And I've got one, I think, here to show you. And what I've done with this one is I've missed out step 1 altogether. So it's white in the middle and it really pops. So I'm going to show you that. So you go straight onto... oh, I've got my mask stuck. Hang on. You go straight onto number 2, sorry. So line it up. Okay, and then I'm not going to reapply any more ink because it's already got a fair bit on there. So I've gone straight into, and look how much ink's come off there, and I didn't apply any. So I've gone straight into number 2 there, look, and we've got that. How nice does that look? Oh, the dog's back in her basket now, in her bed. And then we're going to go straight onto number 3 now. But now we need to re-ink and get a little bit more intense. And honestly, it colours... We're literally colouring these in seconds. I've not even been 30 seconds colouring that. And then look at that. How beautiful is that? And then again, we'll just put the leaf back on. And again, I'm not even re-inking. In fact, you can probably take some ink from the... if it's not dried up, from here. Do a little bit more inking now. There we go. There we go. So that's how to do that one, and I'm not going to do the other one because it's just the same theory. It's just that I've used fresh freesia here, and I've only used the one colour, fresh freesia. But I will just say, let me show you if I can find it. Oh, it's number 1. Just be careful of that. If it can. Yeah, just be careful that it doesn't get twisted when you're inking. Okay, now, just before I finish, because I did want to make it a very short video, just to show you how to ink them up, because it can be daunting if you've not had a go before. There are some other stamps in here. Oops, wrong stamp set. Oh, it's there. That... you can use to highlight the centres of the flowers. I haven't really done this, but they are in here. They are quite small and you can have a go. that one, those two are for that one, and then these three here are for this. And what you can do is you can just make the centres pop out. So let me have a go. Honestly, that they are like the smallest stamps you will ever see. The potential for losing them is so vast. Where's that basic grey gone? There it is. I don't know how much you'll be able to see it, but, and I don't know which one. I'll just have a go with this. So it does make them pop a little bit. There we go. And then you can use your dies to cut these out. So I hope this has helped you to understand how the masks work. There you go. You can have a little look at those in a little bit more detail. And here are the cards again that I've done that go in my card keeper box. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you do have any questions, then just pop me a comment underneath the video, and please give me a like and a subscribe and a hit the bell and all that jazz. And I will be back again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.